Hi, and good evening, everyone. My name is Albert, and this is Vlogs About Nothing. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your very busy evening to join me. I really do appreciate it. Alright, so no cap, I literally thought I was the crypt keeper there for a second. And so much as I wish that was a joke, I'm literally cracking up on the inside because, quite frankly, I couldn't tell the difference there for just a second. And, it's because we all get older, you feel me? I mean, literally, as you get, and as you watch this video, rather, you will be 20 minutes older at the end of it. So I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for allowing me an opportunity to be in your life for such a big part of it, you feel me? I mean, again, this is coming from the crypt keeper here. I can barely keep it together for longer than like periods of 12 seconds or so. So shout out to Hecklefish, who continues to be my inspiration in life. If you know, you know. Just because I feel like Hecklefish has even got me beat on that whole anthropomorphic, if I was in fact sentient and kind of a talking and living thing. Anyways, I'm just being silly now, but literally, what I do mean is that as you get older, you begin to take on these new looks, you feel me? Like, literally, I know I'm just explaining things you probably already get. It's just, this facial hair, it just cracks me up, you feel me? Like, I've never been more dedicated to trying to be committed to something in my life. I mean, I did my hair at one point, but then I've half-assed everything at this point in my life, and well, I don't want to do that for this video, so let's continue, or let's start to talk about what I want to talk about tonight, which is, on September 19th, 2023, I became sober. So that was, in fact, the last night that, the Powder and I, had any sort of relationship. And I gotta tell you guys, alright, that was a long time ago, you feel me? I mean, one thing I did do was Google the date that it was. One thing I didn't do was ask Nova how far it was from today's date. So unfortunately, I can't provide that to you at this moment, but I do know that on September 19th, 2023, that was, again, that was September of 2023 was kind of a long month for me. Similar, actually, to this one that just passed, only that, that first time in 2023 was not a good thing. And in fact, instead of just talking about, me in character and, being sober and being proud of that and all this stuff, I want to reiterate a couple of things, right? So, like, there's full disclosure on this vlog, you feel me? I feel like at this point in my life, as an almost 40-year-old man who has definitely not been a perfect person, you feel me, but has always tried to just move forward. And I know it's a difficult thing to do, and again, I'm an asshole. But I say this because, like, can you imagine, going from one addiction to the next? And I think that was kind of like the humor in what I wanted to talk about tonight. And remember, these are all improv speeches, so sometimes I completely forget what I'm trying to talk about. Anyways, and there's so much more to talk about when I'm not in character that it's hard to keep track of. So I just, again, gotta say that, like, I'm firmly grounded in the belief that we're all addicted to something, you feel me? I mean, you could be the, Bible-thumping, perfect person, just in that way, follow me here for a moment, and I'm just saying that, like, you're addicted to, like, God, right? I mean, I'm not trying to be, like, blasphemous or anything, you feel me? I'm just saying that, like, we're all addicted to something, you feel me? Like, really. Like, and whether or not that's a good thing, I mean, doesn't seem like it is, just because the world's in a pretty bad state or whatever, but, like, maybe it'll work someday. I'm just saying that, like, it's important that we recognize these things, again, even if, like, you're an atheist or you're secular or whatever, you feel me, agnostic, whatever it is, maybe you have a cup of coffee, maybe you have a prescribed medicine, maybe you have a routine, maybe you have something that is valuable beyond any sort of tangible price tag, you feel me? And that's something like the world, right, is addicted to making money. You feel me? I mean, it's so addicted to making money that literally billions of people suffer on the daily. So we can thank fascists and I mean, I don't know, the continued it's not what this video is about. What this video is about is how, like, we're all addicted to something. You feel me? And so it's almost like, yeah, I was addicted to a substance that was something that I don't think that it was, but it was what it was. And, that wasn't bad. Like, in that, oh my God, no, that was bad, but it wasn't bad in that, like, addiction is bad. It was that addiction was bad. You feel me? Because, like, it was not a good thing. It's not a good thing to do, in the way that I was doing it, or in any way at all, and it was just the wrong thing to be addicted to, right? If I were addicted to, like, a 9-to-5 job, or, getting a girlfriend, or maintaining my looks, then maybe my life wouldn't be so goddamn lonely. I'm just saying, right, that, like, that's all of what I'm trying to say, and I know this is a sensitive topic, and when I'm outside of character, I'm not this much of an asshole, and I definitely understand that addiction can tear a person's life apart if it's the wrong thing. I mean, moreover, an addiction to candy and or coffee and sweet tea can literally lead to, an ending of what otherwise would be a fruitful and healthy life. And, I personally have known of instances in which I have had the unfortunate time in like losing people that have been considered friends in my own short-lived life thus far, who have been victims of these very predatory people. You feel me? Whether it is the federal government pushing an agenda that's full of sugary and like bad food for you, you know what I mean, that starts out when you're a kid or whatever, and it's not a conspiracy, but the very same people who provide local school lunches also provide the prison food, and so, I mean, conflicts of interest, right? I mean, sidebar, I just think that a company who was invested in making school lunches, and exclusively in and of itself only school lunches, would be more apt to make quality food for kids than, sort of the same food that's being served to, people that, for whatever reason, are in a place that is, not where we're all at, you feel me? And I'm just saying that, like, food for thought, I always encourage everyone to look up all of the things that I talk about, just because your boy might be full of hot air here, but most of the things that I tell you guys are basically right on point. And, if they're not, it's just they're a little off. And, I mean, who can blame a guy? I'm currently getting ready to talk now about some new content, and I think I'll wait till another 2 minutes or so. So actually, no, retract that statement. Let's continue talking about, how my sobriety has really been a meaningful thing to me. And while I am in character, I have to and must reiterate that, like, while some addictions might not be as bad as others, narcotics and any other sort of drug that is, the responsibility of a licensed physician to diagnose when and if applicable in any instances in your life, you feel me? I mean, other than that, drugs are bad, you feel me? Obviously, and there are some benefits, again, to prescribed medication, and not to, like, shout out Big Pharma, you feel me, but more times than one, I've been able to take an OTC and, not want to scream in agony because, for example, I have a toothache, you feel me? I mean, it's those little things, and it's those little things that have cost countless lives and countless amounts of money to, like, make available and stuff. And so, obviously, a little bit Western here, in that while I always tell people to look at all available methods to them, including and or but not limited to like holistic or any other type of like herbal or whatever kind of medicinal based ideology, right? I mean, I just speak of what I know, and unfortunately what I know is healthcare is expensive, and ibuprofen costs like $5 at Walmart, you feel me? So all I'm saying is that obviously drugs can be very bad for you, and they nearly destroyed my life. And that's not a good thing, because I thoroughly enjoy my life. I do. There's been times where, probably just like you, I have, almost convinced myself that life wasn't worth as much as it obviously is, you feel me? And I think that a big part of that was self-medicating in a way that, allowed me to kind of keep this mask on of trying relentlessly to, not grow up, to not have any responsibility, to live a life of, just like some straight hedonistic type, very selfish, very egocentric, very, very damaging. You feel me? Again, drugs are not good. And again, we kind of talked about addiction and stuff like that, and while some things are funny to talk about, like grandma's addiction to drinking a cup of coffee every morning at 6 o'clock for 60 years, you feel me? And there is some funniness in that, but again, it should be noted like duly that you're looking at somebody who is a recovering addict of something that isn't good at all to even test the waters with. So I just want to make that clear, you feel me? And going 2 years sober here now, you understand what I'm saying? I've also had a couple times where I was going to make the wrong decision, and thank God that whatever it was at that particular time, when those instances came about, did not allow me to make that bad decision all the way. And it's those little decisions too that have made me thoroughly convinced that that isn't for me, you know what I mean? And so that's what I go with, and that's what I will be going with for the rest of my life. And I try to make these videos and stuff, and hold myself accountable, and this full disclosure kind of a thing. So all that being said, I look forward to not being in character. Hey guys, I really appreciate you watching my videos, and in these last few minutes I want to talk about some new content that I'll be doing here. So it's going to be a new channel that I'm going to be making, and so probably won't be talking about that at all. It's going to be a completely different thing that I have going on, and good. I think it's good. It's a good thing. This channel is not as big as I wanted it to be when I decided to make this move, but I have some things coming up in my life that are going to make it so that I need to kind of categorize some interests, and while this will always be the channel to find me talking shit about everything and all of the different stuff that happens to me in my life, there is now also going to be officially a second channel completely dedicated to cannabis, and I have wanted to do this for a long time now. I actually have a friend who is really vested and has been invested and has produced and made some high quality videos already in this genre of video content creation. And that particular category in some instances cannot even be monetized, you feel me? And so there's different reasons that I'll be making a different channel, and I just know that all of my lovely friends and creepy stalker fans out there are just absolutely gonna find me anyway, so again, full disclosure, that's what will be going on in the near future. And I can't tell you how excited I am to start this new channel, and then hopefully in the next 3 months be able to launch a third channel. And I think with that third channel, I should be done. But again, it should be important to note that here on Vlogs About Nothing, you will always find daily uploads of whatever it is I have going on. And as the future progresses, it's going to be even more important that I post daily and that I interact and I engage with myself. I'm over here playing with myself. Jesus, I'm not a disgusting person. I'm just literally saying that, like, I'm playing, playing these different things. I'm playing with myself. Oh, God. But, it's going to be a fun year, I think. 2026 is going to be fun, and, it couldn't be done. I don't know where I would be right now if, I had been successful, the food truck had actually done well, and I didn't need to move back and hang out with my ex-girlfriend, who then proceeded to be a part of the worst part of my life. I would be somewhere different. The truth of the matter is actually, wherever it is, I would have been, just to be clear, also on the record, that I wouldn't trade it for the world. And that was never the plan anyway, so far as like my current circumstances are, and shout out again to the person who's made this all possible for me, and he knows who he is. I'm just saying that credit's due where credit's due, and I was just recently addicted to drugs for like 8 months, 9 months, forgive me, September 19th, wow. So yeah, I was doing bad stuff there for 9 months, yeah. I thought that was an exaggeration, but it was not. It was 9 months, and so yeah, here we are. But I'm looking forward to the future, right? And, say what you might about what it is that you may or may not think that I got going on in my life. I will tell you that at this point, and I'm sure that there are, I've been completely honest with everybody about everything, and I plan on doing that, forevermore. And it's really important that as I make these different videos, and then as I engage more with the content and stuff, that you guys kind of, understand that, you feel me? And that, like, a lot of you guys have been watching these videos for about 2 years, and I know all the pages haven't been, like, all the videos haven't been re-uploaded to the page yet, but I try to get to it, and it would just take a few minutes, I guess, if I jumped on the desktop, but it's something that hasn't been that important to me, just because putting up this content has been something more important to me. And I guess moreover, too, it's important to note that, like, I was looking for some order in my life, right, and trying to kind of going through some things chronologically, and so I went from the addiction to looking for jobs, to finding a job, and then being in a situation where I had an opportunity to be in an industry that I'm currently now dedicated and have committed my entire adult career to, so that's been fun. And in that time, I broke an ankle. I spent about 7 weeks in some agonizing pain because of my tooth, because of the drug addiction that I had, and so it's been a full 2 years for sure, but every day gets better, and it just feels so much more worth it, I guess, when you know that all of those things have happened, and here you are still trying. So there we are. I hope that you guys have a really good night. All right, it's been fun. All these videos are fun. I've been really reluctant to be anything more than my laziest self, so please forgive a guy. Yeah, but we just talked about procrastinating and things like that, so watch the videos that I have posted. I promise you guys won't be not entertained, if that's a thing. Have a really good night. My name's Albert. This is Vlogs About Nothing. Bye.